Hello, my name is Frank Pucelik. I'm one of the creators of NLP. There were three of us, a guy named Richard Bandler, maybe you've heard of him, a guy named John Grinder, and a guy named Frank Pucelik, who were the team leaders, actually, of about 10, 12 really clever young people. And we got together basically to satisfy our own curiosity in the beginning. NLP, what is it? It actually, in the beginning, it had a different name. It was called Meta. And Meta, in fact, is what I still call it. And I use NLP from time to time because that's the way that people understand what I'm talking about, at least in the beginning. But Meta, for me, is a much more accurate name. Meta, you guys know that better than anybody in the world. Metaphysics, metaphor, meta-communication, the communication about how communication works. So, and that's really what NLP was and should be, and in my opinion is, for the people who actually learn the real base, the real foundation of NLP. That's what I teach, and that's what you'll learn if we get a chance to get together. The 15 of us or so, we worked for 7 years. Anywhere from 30 to 60 hours a week, and never paid for it, never funded by anybody, because we were having such an incredible experience discovering, you don't really discover something new, but putting together things that had never been put together before, that allowed us to start to answer some questions that we thought were incredibly important. What makes the best people in the world at doing something? What makes them the best? Is there a secret? Is there something they know? Well, no, it's actually skill. Skill that they've developed over many times 40, 50 years of their life experience. They've had great teachers of their own that taught them pieces and parts. But every once in a while, there's somebody that puts all of those things together and becomes a magic person. It's not actually magic, but it becomes a person who can do things better than anybody else. Well, we know who they are, we can find them, but what we couldn't do is learn from them. Learn from them to be magic the same they were, or at least to some high percentage of the skills that they had. And so for so many years, the human race was losing this incredible wisdom of these people. When they die, they were not able to leave behind them people or bunches of people or thousands of people who had the same kind of wisdom and the same kind of skill. It wasn't happening. And so we wanted to know why is that? Why can't we even figure out how to learn from these people? So we built models to measure, to observe. Okay, if you don't have a systematic way to observe something, it's very difficult to figure out how it works, because it just seems like a blur of behavior. So we built models, and John Grinder is incredible. And as far as I'm concerned, John Grinder is the genius behind NLP. And Richard and I helped along the way, that's for sure. But we originally started with his incredible tool called transformational grammar, which helped us then begin to understand how language works. Whoa, once we started to understand how language works and realize that the way a person thinks and how a person observes are the two critical factors in this thing we called magic or excellence. We observed them carefully, thousands of hours of videos in person in every way we could, and we connected their language structure to the magic they were able to produce in a lot of cases, and we're going, oh my goodness, wow, it was really exciting. Then we started to look at other ways of modeling, other kinds of language structures, with some of the incredible observation skills of some of the best. So we built NLP, and I'm very proud of what we built. I am not so proud of the fact that NLP had now gone through so many people over so many years that a lot of times I'll go into a room full of people who have studied NLP. And when I start talking about foundation skills, they look at me with a strange look on their face and saying, excuse me, what is that? You know, and so we try to figure out what is that, and we work on that. I start to teach them NLP, and again and again and again, people will say to me, wow, that's really fantastic, that's really wonderful. I kind of understood that, but I never was able to really figure out why it was so powerful for some people and not for others. And they said, now I understand NLP. Now I can really take what I've learned, add what I've learned from you, and now I can actually go into the world and be an NLP person, an NLP practitioner, which I like. I like that very much.